Right guys, we have some very exciting news that we could see a larger 13-inch and also 15-inch MacBook Air launch as soon as next year. So let's dive into it, but first, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. And with that being said, let's just tuck in. So the source of the report is Ross Young, a very credible source. And so yes, I do think this information is legit. So essentially, according to supply chain sources, Ross believes Apple does have a 15-inch MacBook Air in the works that they plan to launch in 2023. Now this is not the first time we're hearing about this because Mark Gurman has said Apple has been developing a larger MacBook Air for years and has been contemplating on releasing it. But also some internal emails from Steve Jobs himself back in 2008 did reveal there were initial plans back then to release a 15-inch MacBook Air. So yeah, this has been long in the making, and I'm glad we could finally see it materialize in 2023. And honestly, this makes so much sense because I know many consumers, including myself, who of course want a bigger MacBook, but without the extra power the MacBook Pro 16-inch offers. Like, I've yet to see my M1 MacBook Air struggle at anything, and so the M2 chip should be more than fine for my use. I just want the bigger screen when editing videos. It would be pretty nice. And especially when most Windows laptops do have 15-inch screens, and 13 inches is pretty compact in today's standards, I do think it's about time we see a larger entry-level MacBook. And this really fits with Tim Cook's vision because Tim Cook is somebody who gives you as many sizes and as many options at different prices. And of course, with other lineups like the iPhone and the iPads, we have different sizes at each price point. And so I do think the MacBooks should also follow suit. But also, this would be the ideal replacement for the 13-inch MacBook Pro in the lineup. Now yes, I know the M2 Air is going to be more expensive, but do note, Ross Young says 2023, so I do think we should see this 15-inch model launch with the M3 version of the Air, and so of course, with it being a pretty minor refresh over the M2 model, it should see a price decrease back to possibly $1,000. And so that allows the 15-inch to be $1,300, and I do think $300 more for the bigger screen and also much better battery life is kinda worth it. However, not everything in this report makes sense because Ross Young then tells us the 13-inch size could also get bigger. So what I'm assuming that means is that we see the same form factor, but of course with thinner bezels and as a result, a larger display. Now I'm assuming much like the MacBook Pros, this means Apple is going to reduce the bezels and give us a 14-inch display instead. However, I'm assuming that Ross Young's referring to 2023 releases in this report, and so if the MacBook Air is getting a new design this year, then why not make the screen bigger with the redesign in 2022 instead? But also increasing the regular MacBook Air to 14 inches kinda makes a 15-inch a little pointless because it's only a 1-inch difference, and so that kinda makes the 15-inch model a little redundant. Personally, I think Apple's better off shrinking the body and the screen size of the regular MacBook Air and keeping it at 13 inches. That way there is a reason to get the 15-inch, but also of course, this being a smaller MacBook could turn this into a spiritual successor of the 12-inch MacBook, which was a beloved size. So yes, I do hope Ross Young is partly right and we do see the 15-inch MacBook Air materialize, but I'm hoping he's wrong about the 13-inch MacBook Air getting larger. Anyways guys, tell me your thoughts. What screen sizes would you like to see come to the MacBook Air range? Anyways, thank you for watching guys, make sure to like and subscribe for the latest Apple news and rumors. Check out the link above on details regarding Apple's VR headset, and on that note, I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya peeps.